Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. In the last part, I don't want to even think about that bitch anymore. But in this part, we are exploring the Central Cavern, which is really the main hub of Cloud Cuckooland. In structure, it's kind of similar to Pterodactyl Land in that there's one central mountain, and everything on the mountain, everything around the mountain is where most of the stuff is. However, unlike Pterodactyl Land, where the inside of the mountain was really well, it really didn't have that much going on, the Central Cavern is the easiest way to get from place to place in Cloud Cuckooland. Because really, trying to flying pads, while useful, are only really applicable as solo Kazooie, who you don't really use all that much, and Banjo and Kazooie, which honestly you don't really use all that much either. Well, at least not in these outside areas. There's a lot of splitting up that goes on in this level, so keep your eye out for that, I suppose. Anyway, this guy looks familiar. Huh. Wasn't there, like, some lady who was an ice cube that we murdered? Ooh. Awkward. Yeah, so why don't we just push this guy off? Yeah. You know, one dead body on our hands, you know, going to 2 just doesn't seem all that bad. Yeah, we'll just do this guy a favor and push him into the ice side. Oops! We accidentally hit the lava side. Too bad. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, that's how you cool down the water in Hailfire Peaks. Now that water is finally the correct temperature for the fucking pigs in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. Yeah, if you go back to Hailfire Peaks now, and press the button, the water will be just the right temperature for the pigs, and you can complete that side quest now, finishing off Jolly Roger's Lagoon. However, we're not really going to be taking care of that just yet, because I want to finish up all the stuff in Cloud Cuckooland before I go on to other levels. You know, it just makes more sense that way. Anyway, now we've got to go over here. Well, we don't have to go over here. You don't have to talk to this guy, but I'm going to talk to him anyway, just so you know what the objective is. So, here's a safe. It's a safe that's so safe that the safe stuff inside the safe is no longer safe because you can't get it out anymore. Yeah, this guy doesn't remember his own combination. Moron. Anyway, the only way to open up the combination, even if you already know it, is to find 4 different buttons scattered across Cloud Cuckooland. The 4 different buttons have a couple of different numbers on them, but you can press the numbers in any different order you want. However, so that just basically keeps you from just pushing in the number right now. You have to go find the buttons and press each individual one of them. Like, for example, there's a button right there on the inside of that jelly wall thingamafucker. So what you gotta do is, you gotta you gotta flip-flop jump up onto this grip-grab ledge. Or I suppose if you're fancy enough with the jumps, you could probably jump over here. Or you could probably glide over here as solo Kazooie. But there's a grip-grab ledge if you just want to be normal Banjo and Kazooie. And then you gotta take a Clockwork Kazooie egg. It has to be a Clockwork Kazooie egg. Not an ice egg. Not an ice egg. There we go. And then you gotta send him over to blow up the number. You'll want to take care of these basically as you're going throughout the level. You know, you don't want to just go after all 4 buttons at once, because that's just backtracky and obnoxious. So whenever you spot one of those, try to find the way in order to get that Clockwork Kazooie egg, so you don't have to really go and backtrack too much about it. Although really, you'll run into most of them just through natural exploration anyway, so it's not really that big of a deal. I will tell you right now though that the combination is 1984. Yeah. Even though I already know the combination, I can't put it in. Stupid button technology. Anyway, unlike most other levels, the globos are actually scattered about in this inner cavern in Cloud Cuckooland. Yeah, that globo was obnoxious. Anyway, mostly just because the globos are scattered about, mostly just because of something interesting with Mumbo's skull in this level, and also because Wumba's Wigwam is just sort of in its own place. So yeah, you can find one. I think the globos are right next to each other. One's in that pool of water, and the other's in the pool of water right next to it. Wait, actually, I don't think one of the Globos is in this specific pool of water, but it's in another pool of water somewhere in the central cavern. So just so you know, that's where you'll find the other Globo. They're not right next. Finally, they're not just right next to the skull or wigwam. You actually have to go looking for them. Interesting. You know, as exploration technology, we finally mastered it. So anyway, here we're finally also, you know, this is just like completing stuff for other levels city. We just finished up Jolly Roger's Lagoon, or just about, and now we're actually going to be finishing up Pterodactyl Land in Cloud Cuckooland. It's just awesome. And really, this is one of the easiest Pterodactyl Land jiggies in the game. It's just, you know, harder to get because you just gotta wait so long for it. But all you have to do is Talon Torpedo that rock, and then Dippy's pool will be filled. And now, I mentioned this before, but this is the point where the game expects you to go back to Pterodactyl Land, jump in the pool, and then swim around to get that Cheeto page. But, you know, you can Clockwork Kazooie a sequence break your way to getting it. So, I just recommend doing that. So, yeah, I also like this. You said it wouldn't just fall out of the sky. I lied. I don't know, I love that sort of sharp, quick humor. And this game does it so well, so yeah. We made Dippy happy, and now we've 100%ed Pterodactyl Land. Awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to show you guys that. No, I don't want to save and quit. Bad me. Bad past me. So yeah, even though we've done relatively little in Cloud Cuckooland itself, we've done quite a bit for other levels just in the past couple of seconds. So, you know, that's pretty nice, I suppose. Anyway, now that we're done, we're not just done here now that we've just gotten that stuff for Dippy. No, there's a few other things that we're going to need to do before we're done in this section of the game. First off, this is where you can find the flight pad if you're this is where you can find a flight pad over there. So if you need to get to the skies as both Banjo and Kazooie, that's where you do it. But we're not going to want to take care of that just yet, you know. That's just, it's important to remember that thing for later, though, because it is a good thing to keep an eye out for. Because, you know, flying is useful if you just want to get a lay of the land and you don't want to just deal with what you remember from the stupid fucking Canary Mary race. But, you know, it's just useful to keep in mind that the, whatever it's called, keep in mind that the flight pad is there if you want to use it. Anywho, I fell. I was just going to say we have a new mechanic introduced to us here, but I fell, so we're not going to be able to explore that new mechanic until I get back up to where I was. Jump now, careful. There we go. See this egg? You hatch it just like every other egg, you know. It's just like, you sit, she goes, aww, bounces her butt, and then there we go. That's a flotium creature. Wow. That fake Latin is even worse than every single Harry Potter spell I've ever seen. Anyway, you can use that, you can taxi pack with that, you can taxi pack that with Banjo in order to get, to do something cool, but we're not going to be worrying about that right now, because right now, we are getting a Jinjo! Damn it! Let's try that again, shall we? Getting a Jinjo! Yeah, see, we're almost done with the Black family too. Awesome. Yeah, within this level, if you haven't already filled, you're gonna basically be filling out every single Jinjo family that you haven't finished either. So you're probably, depending on how lucky you are, you could fill up between 1 to 5 Jiggies just out of the Jinjos here alone. So, you know, your Jiggy counter's gonna skyrocket in this level, even if you, even if you don't get all the Jiggies all at once, you're still going to be collecting enough Jinjos to make the counter go up pretty damn quickly. Anyway, yeah, I should probably explain the floaty thing. You hold on to it with Taxi Pack, and then Banjo will float. And it's the only way to get Banjo to this little cavern here, if I remember correctly. And anyway, here we're going to be getting the last, oh yeah, we need to be taught how to make plants. Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is the last power-up in the entire game, the Sack Pack. All you have to do is press Z and up with Banjo, and then he goes into like a sack race. That's actually pretty cool that this, well, I don't know if it's pretty cool that this is the last power-up in the entire game, but, you know, we'll never see jam jars again, except for the last cutscene. But yeah, that's it. That's the last power-up in the entire game. So now we have every single thing we need to do all of the backtracking in the entire game. If you wanted to, you could go, you could play through the entire game without doing any backtracking and just go do all of it at once right now. But I don't like doing it that way, so But yeah, last power-up. It's so sad, guys. We're coming near to the end. Anyway, getting the sack pack ability is most important because you need it in order to continue the Mr. Fit challenge. So, if you want to go, continue with that, I guess you could go do it right now. But I'm gonna be doing a couple of other things first. So, So anyway, this passage right here, I think, leads to one of the Mumbo skulls. Yes, one of the Mumbo skulls. There are 2 in this level. Surprisingly. Oh wait, I'm wrong. This does not lead to the Mumbo Skull. This leads to something that I cannot use as either Banjo or Banjo. I can't use unless if I'm either solo Banjo or solo Kazooie. That was a gigantic waste of time. Yeah, trying to explore Cloud Cuckooland's a little bit hard because it's kind of tricky to remember which inner passageways in the central cavern leads to which place on the outside of the mountain. So, yeah, and I don't know why I split jump pad, springy step shoot to get up to the split jump pad, but, no, I just said split jump pad again, I meant split up pad. I am bad at talking, Jesus Christ. I'm, like, awful at talking. Awful tier. Ow, 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 ow. I hate these freaking enemies. They just pop out of nowhere and start, like, attacking you for no reason with, like, salamis. Ew. I hope that's fresh salami, because if I'm gonna have some meat to my face, I don't want it to be old and rotten. Let's just pretend I didn't say that, shall we? Anyway, you're gonna need to send Solo Kazooie up here, because I think this is one of the only other instances where you need to use the floaty thing-a-fucker. Because you use that to go, well, you use that to get Solo Banjo over here, which sends you to the next, level. Well, not the next level, but it sends you over here, which is how you get to the sack race. And I think you get to the sack race by using that launch flower. Oh, damn it! And I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yep. Fuck. Oh wait, I can save myself. Awesome. Okay, so here's a little trick here. Well, not a little trick, but the game expects you to do this as, I think it expects you to actually find some speed up shoes in order to get into this little mini game, the Pot of Gold. But you can make it as Kazooie solo if you try hard enough. You just gotta be good enough about gliding. No, wait, actually, I think the game expects you to use Mumbo to get a rainbow to get over here, but with a good enough glide, you can fall right down on your ass. Anyway, next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we'll be doing more stuff. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.